Hey, so right now we'll be watching No Doubt in Us, episode 2. And I don't really have much to say, really. Just that I really can't wait to see how long their body switch lasts and also how they manage to deal with it. I kind of thought it'd be funny that while the Empress is in the Emperor's body, that she ends up dismissing all the concubines. I was like, well, that's probably not gonna happen, but that would be pretty funny though. She'd be like at the Emperor's body, like, you know what? I don't need you anymore. All I need is my Empress. Get the heck out of here. Goodbye. And that'd be pretty funny. I mean, I'm pretty sure even the Emperor couldn't just do that. There's regulations and stuff, but it'd be pretty funny if she did though. And also, apparently, for some reason, Netflix doesn't give the opening song subtitles. But from what I did see on YouTube, is the fact that the lyrics fit so well. Like, I'm pretty sure, of course, it would have to, more or less, because it was made for this anime series. But the fact that it just fits so well, where she says, I just want a husband who's faithful. And he's like, oh, I bury myself in paperwork. And it's so funny because, like, it is true. Like, he seems to be always busy with, like, royal decrees and edicts. And she just wants a husband who doesn't have concubines. Now, having said all that, onto the episode. Also, considering the fact that they just switched bodies, I'm assuming that maybe at some point the Emperor's gonna have to go to war, and it's really gonna be the Empress inside his body going to war, while the Emperor stays at the palace inside the Empress's body. So he admits to breaking in? That's no way for an emperor to talk. Oh my god, that is so not proper. Oh, that's probably the first time it's ever happened. Like all that time fighting and oh, well, that's interesting. It's been chibi for a while. Oh, there it is. We're back to normal. Oh my god, I thought she was gonna run to him. She's the Emperor, she can't do that. Yeah. But like at all, or just she's too lazy to read? Silly girl, he's watching his own body act that way. That's funny. Does her mother live in the palace too? Okay, never mind. It's funny how the chibi is even her, even though it's him talking. Maybe what she might be thinking? Oh my god. I knew it! I knew it! What is up with those words though? Just like say that she had a nightmare or something, I don't know. Okay. And she's still the Empress, what does it matter whose daughter she is? Oh. Ah, he's starting to see from her perspective. That's her living quarters, isn't it? Can't go back to the Emperor's palace now, can she? Now, this is probably gonna cause quite a stir though, the fact they're spending so much time together. Whoa. Oh. She's starting to see that his life isn't all it's cracked up to be too. That was kind of funny how they haven't addressed. Oh. Oh, I think it is the scene I saw. Wow. Ha ha. It's funny because like they're flustered by their own face, even though the other person's in the other body. They're still flustered by their own faces. Also, it's funny how they haven't addressed how they go about bathing and stuff. Because I feel like that'd be pretty funny to see too. Whoa. That is different. I knew they would notice. Seduce the Emperor, they're married. Oh. The servant's gonna be like, what's going on between these two? Hmm.
怎么这会儿才来？见到朕，怎么还不行礼？啊，臣妾
Whoa.
见过皇后娘娘。
Is that what she should be doing normally?
大祖扬威，是不把哀家放在眼里了。
She doesn't have any respect for her.
为何与平日大异？
儿臣不敢。
Oh, they're not unusual. You just never seen how they treat her. Or at the very least, she ignored it.
本宫与太后说，哪里轮得到你插话？
Oh my god, she's putting her foot down. That's how it's supposed to be, though. Or maybe just not in the Emperor Stowagger's presence.
启禀皇上，
怎么样了？
皇后给太后后宫的一贵妃七分田产是。
我就知道，逍遥王求快让他进来。你说谁？
Is that the astrologer, maybe? Never mind. Oh.
见过皇嫂。
Oh, it's the brother. Okay, this just turned into a very weird boys' love moment.
亲兄弟抱一下，应该没。
Oh, that's right, that's right. She's in his body. That's why it felt so strange. I was like, what? Okay.
你要多少钱？
区区800不算太。
慈宁宫，皇嫂换出来，朕替你还了。
I'm pretty sure it's a lot more than what you think.
臣弟定不如使哦，看不出来，皇兄还真是关心。
Again, they're married. Why is this so strange to them? Like both him and the noble consort. Why is it so strange that they care about each other? It's over? Oh, good lord. That's fast. You know, not gonna lie, this episode felt really short. Like, for whatever reason, I think the first one just felt longer considering that everything that was condensed into it. The fact that you got to see their relationship for a little bit, that you got to see them switch bodies, you got to see them try to find solutions for it, and all that. It seemed to make the episode go on longer, even though they're all the same length, 12 minutes. What I do like though is that already in this episode, they're already seeing what the other goes through. She sees that the Empress life isn't as easy as she first thought. She has to deal with a lot of appeals, a lot of state paperwork, and just a bunch of political drama during the official sessions with him. I also do like the fact that she gets to see the men as more or less they would naturally be, since they tend to be more composed whenever women are around, and now that she's in the Emperor's body, she gets to see these very powerful and composed men act as if they're children and just fight over trivial matters. And not only that, but the fact they just threw their appeals at him. Like, was that really for comedic effect, or would they actually do that? Because I was like, damn, they would just throw that to the Emperor? I know he's acting differently today, but still, I'm like, wow, that's different. And also, the Emperor is now seeing just how much the Empress has to deal with herself. With the noble consort disrespecting her, apparently not even giving her the proper respect she deserves. Because she knows that she's supposed to bow to the Empress when she enters, but she doesn't do that. And it's only when the Empress calls her out on it that she does it. But also, she seems to be so in favor with the Emperor Stowagger that she apparently can't even demand respect for herself, because then she is seen as being disrespectful in front of her. So I'm like, so what is she supposed to do? I thought she would at the very least be happy that she's enforcing proper etiquette with the other consorts. But the Emperor Stowagger wasn't. And I just knew that the Emperor Stowagger would just assume something went down between them the night before, especially when he kept saying like, oh, she had a rough night. She barely slept last night. I was like, you're making it seem like you guys slept together when you guys didn't. And that was funny because she herself became flustered and she was like, you should focus on state affairs. Which is strange considering the fact that I would think that she would say, well, okay, at least you're trying to make an heir. But no, she was like, you should try to focus on state affairs and remember whose daughter she is. Because considering the fact that she called her aunt before, I'm just like, are they somehow related? Or distantly or something? Or what? What the heck's going on here with this family? And I also thought she was actually going to see her biological mother. I didn't know she was saying she's going to go visit her mother, that she meant the Emperor's mother. And for whatever reason, the Emperor Stowagger doesn't even like her. Because she's like, you should focus on state affairs because remember whose daughter she is. And I'm like, does it matter? She's the Empress. Like, clearly she's suitable for the job. Like, what does it matter whose daughter she is now? And also the noble consort, she's like, I'm not gonna let her seduce the Emperor. And I'm like, you're not gonna let a wife seduce her own husband? Like, that's strange considering the fact that you're the other woman because you're just the consort, you're not even his legal wife. But again, this episode did just feel super short. I'm like, what? That's it? Like, I wanted more. And also, I want to know exactly how much his brother was in debt for. And also, if maybe at some point, the Empress might have had feelings for the younger brother. Because it seemed like she thought they had like a moment there. She's like, oh, this is just like a brotherly moment. It should be fine. But she totally took it a different way. It was all sparkly and shiny and pretty. And I was just like, okay, maybe she had a thing for him at one point. It is nice to see that they're now slowly trying to understand each other better than they have before. and they're trying to help each other out as much as they can. Like, since the Emperor is super concerned with the fact that the Emperor was in the presence of the Emperor Stowagger and the noble consort, because she knew there would likely be tension between them, considering the fact that the Emperor isn't used to the treatment that the Empress herself is used to getting. And also, the Empress now realizes that his job isn't super easy. She has to read a lot, stay up late to work, and she's used to just napping and just doing whatever she wants. So I'm really glad they're finally gonna get a better understanding of each other and greater appreciation for each other. So now having said all that, we can't wait to see what happens in the next episode.